Welcome in, everyone. It is a huge doubleheader matchup here at Norwalk High School. The baseball softball complex as the Norwalk Warriors rank number 4 in Class 4A. Welcome in the arch rival Dallas Center Grime Mustangs. Norwalk 12-1, dropping their first game of the season earlier this week to Indianola on the road. Still undefeated here at home. Welcome in the 14-0 Mustangs, looking to remain perfect. I'm Tyler French. Alongside me today is Liam Weber, and there's a lot to like about both these lineups and pitching staffs.
Yeah, a lot of categories for both teams where they are in the top 10 in the state. Some of those home runs. Norwalk, 22 home runs on the season, tied for third in Iowa, with Nia Holbert having the lead in the state. 19 is fifth for DCG. A lot of the pitching categories, Norwalk is king. 11th in opponent batting average, 8th in whip. In earned run average, they are 19th, but that's just because in the lower levels, pitchers dominate.
Yeah, and it has been a very phenomenal year. Obviously, a combined 26-1 record. That one loss to Indianola, who is currently ranked in the top 10 at Class 5A. So definitely not a bad loss by just one run to have on your record. It'll be Carly Brewer in the circle for the Warriors. As looking at the defense, the Warriors will throw out there to start this game. Mentioned, it'll be Brewer in the circle with Haley Hook, the flex player, and behind the net plate. From first to third, it'll be Cameron Livingston, Hadley Michael, and Addie Fisher. Bailey Birmingham is the shortstop, and left to right in the outfield is Danny Peters, Nia Holbert, and Maddie Golian. It'll be Addison Leiden, Jenna Gray, and Addie Abens to lead things off for DCG. A very dangerous lineup for the Mustangs this year. We'll take a short break for the national anthem and be right back to take a look at some of the stats for some of these players when we come back. Welcome back here to Norwalk High School. Carly Brewer getting the call in game one here today. Liam, what can we expect to see from her, as she has been another dominant season on this team for Norwalk?
Well, you can expect strikeouts, and more strikeouts. 62 of them on the season. Easily leads the team in her 44 innings pitched and just 8 walks. So she's going to control the plate. She's going to make sure that if it's something off the plate, it looks tantalizing and players are going to swing at it. A 1.75 ERA with just a 1.64 batting average against. So her defense also plays very well behind her, a 96 fielding percentage on the season, and that's good for in the top 25 in the state.
On the other side for DCG, one of the players to watch. A huge season for her with the bat. Jenna Gray will be hitting second in this lineup, right behind Nia Hulbert in terms of leaders in home runs in Class 4A. It'll be Addison Leiden to lead things off, the catcher, wearing number 13.
Leiden having a great season, leading things off, a 364 average. The key number here is the 429 on base. It is a huge number to have, especially when you have Jenna Gray hitting behind you. Getting on base is key for such a powerful hitter.
As we are set to officially get underway here, first pitch in there for a called strike one, and we are underway. And talked a little bit about the power numbers for both these teams. A big key as well for DCG. When they get on the base paths, they are tough to stop. 83 steals in 14 games coming in. As this one runs inside for ball one.
Yeah, it's the speed is killer, but they have plenty of power as well. So getting into that good situation, runners in scoring position, allows a lot of these players to get those RBIs.
This one is popped up and foul. Batting order here today for the Mustangs. Leiden leading things off with Gray on deck. Addie Abens in the hole. Those two a combined 13 home runs this year, 13 of the 19 for the Mustangs. Cleanup hitter is Kaya Montag with Delaney Fetters hitting fifth. Genevieve York with number 20 in the 6 hole. Tessa Jones, today's pitcher, batting 7th. Sophie Baumann hitting 8th. Delaney Amos batting 9th, and Jenna Morrison is the left fielder and flex today. As this is going to be a swing and a miss. Leiden goes down, chasing the high heat, comes up empty, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
Yeah, like I said, strikeouts, and more strikeouts. She struck out the side multiple times so far this season. Has an immaculate inning on the season, so has plenty of stuff to get the job done. Going off to Iowa.
A lot of top-end talent between these two teams. Brewer was the one that picked up that loss against Indianola, a 7-6 victory for the Indians earlier this week. This one catches the outside corner for strike one to Jenna Gray, the first baseman.
Yeah, Jenna Gray's been their absolute workhorse for them on the offensive side. 538 average, a 596 on base, and an 1179 slugging percentage. Has 8 home runs on the season, 21 RBIs, both lead the team.
Of her 21 hits on the season, 9 of them have for extra bases, and you just mentioned 8 of those have cleared the fence.
46 total bases on the season for Grays. That's a healthy cut and a miss.
Couldn't lay off the pitch upstairs, makes it now 1-2. So now 1-2 count to one of the top hitters in Class 4A. Brewer looking for back-to-back strikeouts. Can't get her to chase that one as it runs outside for ball 2.
It's a good pitch there. I know she has a couple pitches. See if she can get a chase here from one of the best hitters. Only struck out 4 times so far this season. Has 6 walks.
Two-two pitch. That one outside, having to be careful with Gray, not trying to give her anything she can drive. Runs the count full.
Yeah, and again, you know you have a couple pitches that you can use. Try to see if you can get a chase here. Good eye from the batter. So now it's got to be a challenge pitch in there. See what Gray can do with it, if she can catch up to the heat.
Full count pitch. And this one fouled back by Gray. DCG, one of the top state powers in the mid-2010s. This program has long been a consistent state qualifier. They've reached 10 out of the last 14 trips to Fort Dodge, including 3 straight conference titles in that same stretch that Norwalk has also been to the state tournament last 3 years. As this one hit right back at Brewer, able to knock it down, throw over to first, and the first 2 outs of the inning are on the board.
Yeah, great job just to knock it down by Brewer, not trying to do anything fancy with it. Gets the easy out. as well as keeping that off of her body. So Addie Abens now up the center fielder, batting .523 on the season, 543 on base with a .1023 slugging percentage. A huge season for her as well. 5 home runs, as you mentioned, 16 RBIs, second on the team in total bases at 45.
As first pitch was fouled off for strike one. Brewer looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning would be a great way to start things off against this dangerous offense. DCG as a team hitting .418 this season. Last time we saw Brewer here at home was the 10-2 victory over ADM last week. As this one going to be lifted into right center. That'll be an extra base hit as Aben's going to turn and will take second base. Slides in safely, no throw. So a 2-out double will bring up Montag with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, cleanup hitter, 514 average, 581 on base, 703 slug, with 9 RBIs on the season, with 1 home run, 2 strikeouts, 5 walks.
As this one going to be lifted into center field, that'll drop in front of Holbert. Throw coming to the plate, and not in time, and that will drive Abens in for the first run of the contest. DCG strikes first, back-to-back hits. And that'll bring up Delaney Fetters, and things don't get any easier with her. Doesn't have a home run this year, but a very high average, and this is not a team that strikes out a lot, just 30 of them coming into the game in 14 contests. So just over 2 per game. Warriors trying to end the inning as the Mustangs get to Brewer here in the first.
Yeah, and Montag not wasting any time there on the double.
This one going to be on the ground. Michael up and throwing to Livingston at first. 2 hits, 1 left on, but a run does come in to score, making it 1-0 on the RBI single by Kale Montag to make it 1-0 as we head into the bottom of the first. It'll be Holbert, Birmingham, and Brewer to lead things off for Norwalk when we come back. One of the best power hitters in the state here on the season, Nia Holbert stepping up to the plate. 9 home runs on the season, leads Class 4A. 1 behind the state lead as well. And she steps in to face Tessa Jones, a sophomore, having a remarkable season in the circle in her own right with a 9-0 record.
Yeah, it's a great season for Nia Holbert. Teams are starting to respect her power a little bit, pitching around her. Tessa Jones so far this season, 69 strikeouts with a 1.43 ERA and a 1.06 whip. Just 15 walks on the season. That's a good pitch.
Hulbert taken all the way, makes it a 2-1 count after the first 2 pitches were well outside.
Hulbert 9 homers on the season, 29 RBIs.
Takes a big cut, and that one comes up empty, making it now 2-2. And Jones, 69 strikeouts in 54 innings, will look for number 70.
Hulbert 2 strikeouts on the season with no walks.
Make that number 3 as she goes down swinging. You and I were talking a little bit before the game that this is a very young team for DCG, but still so much talent on this year's roster with a lot to look forward to for many of these young players.
Yeah, I mean, Jenna Gray, they're arguably their best player, just a sophomore. Their best pitcher, Tessa Jones, just a sophomore. Montag, who's their backup pitcher, their secondary pitcher, just a junior. Hayden Smith is a senior. And then you have Sophia Bauman, also a senior.
This one on the inside corner makes it 1-1 to Bailey Birmingham, the Warriors shortstop. Birmingham with a good week last week, hitting a couple of home runs, giving her 5 now on the season. Is due at the top of the order, just as deadly as we've seen for DCG this year as well. This one fouled off. Birmingham hitting .500 on the season in the first 13 games of the year.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful 1-2 punch that Norwalk has. And then you have the 3-hole hitter, Carly Brewer, another dangerous hitter. But the top half of this lineup for Norwalk is incredible, as that's a rough swing.
Takes a cut at one outside of the zone, and that'll be back-to-back strikeouts for Jones to get this one started. And Brewer will come up, trying to keep the inning alive with Maddie Golian on deck, the right fielder.
Brewer so far this season, 474 average, 488 on base, 816 slug, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs.
Called strike of the knees to begin this at bat. As Jones has started this game off with a very strong start with back-to-back strikeouts. This one goes outside. Jones mentioned a part of this sophomore class, was also a big part of the DCG basketball team that made it to the state semifinals this past winter, as this one is popped up and it will get out of play down the right field line. Brewer hitting 3 home runs last week. Started off a little slow with the bat, hitting just .250 in the first 8 games of the year, but has come alive, getting that average up over .400 at this point in the season. As Brewer gets some contact and sends it out to left field, but this one will also get out of play, keeping it 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, and it's no fear here from the pitcher Jones, just going after Norwalk hitters, even though she has pitches to use. Tessa Jones just going after it.
Jones will hit second in the next top half of the inning, as this one just misses. Leiden trying to frame that one, but couldn't get the call.
Did not miss by much.
The 2-2, as Brewer's going to rip this one into left field for a base hit. Expect we'll probably see a courtesy runner coming in. It's Ben Williams coming in for most of the time for Brewer this year. And it appears that is the case.
Courtesy runner at first, number 24, Allie Williams.
So Allie Williams will come in to run at first base. And that'll bring up Maddie Golian, who tries to keep the inning alive and see if she can bring that run in.
Yeah, Golian perfectly capable of doing so. 421 average, 439 on base, 789 slug. 2 home runs of her own with 12 RBIs, has 30 total bases on the season. So absolutely capable of keeping this inning alive, getting something going. 2-out rally could be incoming.
Williams a threat on the base paths as well. Only 1 steal on the year, but Norwalk not a team that necessarily runs a lot. This one catches the corner for strike 1 to the future UNI Panther. Hulbert and Birmingham both went down swinging. The single by Brewer into left field, able to extend the inning. Now Golian at the plate. This one going towards the gap. Back. And that one's going to be off the fence. They are going to send Williams home. They will keep going at second. So an RBI double for Maddie Golian to tie this one up.
Now at bat number 20.
Yeah, beautiful hit, just straight to the gap. Exactly what was needed there.
Very similar to what we just saw on the other side for DCG. It went single-double in that scenario, but now Addie Fisher, if she can single to the outfield, might be enough to score Golian from second. That one a change-up upstairs. Lost control of it a little bit, and it'll go as ball one.
Addie Fisher having a great year. 361 has really boosted that batting average since we last saw her as well.
Fisher last year as a backup first and third baseman has taken over the starting spot at the hot corner this year and has played very admirably with the bat and the glove, replacing Jada Livingston at third. Graduated now, attending University of Iowa. As Fisher cuts through on that one. Fisher, the daughter of boys basketball assistant coach Eric Fisher. Jones trying to get out of the inning, and she will. Comes up with her third strikeout of the inning as the Warriors get 2 hits, strand 1, but to tie the game up 1 apiece. Both Brewer and Jones giving up a run in the first inning on either side. We'll take a short break and be right back. York, Jones, and Bauman coming up for the Mustangs. Got the early lead off of Brewer, but saw it evaporate in the bottom half of the first. Brewer got 1 strikeout and the earned run given up. First pitch comes in high and outside to Genevieve York, the third baseman.
York having a good season so far this year. 438 batter with a 538 on base and a 625 slug. 1 home run, 18 RBIs, 7 walks on the season.
This one on the ground. It'll be a 3 unassisted by Livingston over at first.
For the Mustangs, number 27.
And that'll bring up the pitcher, Tessa Jones.
Jones is a good batter as well. 320 average, 452 on base, 440 slug, 6 walks, 11 RBIs on 1 home run.
Brewer got the better of the matchup in the bottom of the first at the plate. This one a called strike. And now Jones will try to return the favor with 1 out in the inning. If Jones or Bauman can reach Denali Amos, as this one is going to bloop out into right field. And that will be a 1-out single for the Mustang pitcher. And that'll bring the third baseman, Sophie Bauman, to the plate. And it'll be a courtesy runner over at first. Looks like it is number 7, Paisley Heidgerken, the freshman. And definitely someone you have to watch on the base paths, leading the team with 13 steals on the year.
Yeah, dangerous runner. And with Sophia Bauman at the plate, could be that much more dangerous. A 250 batter with 308 on base, a 389 slug, but still has a great bat in her hands. 3 walks as well, so very, very patient hitter.
Swings through the first pitch. Was wondering if they were going to try and do a pitch out. As I don't know if it's intentional, but currently the sprinklers are on in the outfield in both center and in right.
Fans having to get out of the way.
You know, with how hot it is, I'd be going right into the sprinkler, honestly.
Oh, I'd be thrilled.
And it's funny because the city of Norwalk just recommended to everyone to cut down on water usage. Able to turn the sprinklers off. It's an 0-1 count to Sophie Baumann. Heidricken is the runner over at first. Heidricken going on this one. It's a bunt, a beautifully laid one, and the sack bunt will get Heidricken into scoring position with 2 gone. That one just dying right in front of the plate. And even if she hadn't been, I think Heidricken probably would have been safe on that one. Had a great jump.
Yeah, I honestly thought that hit off of Baumann, but managed to get the bat on it instead and gets a beautiful sack bunt down.
The designated player, Denali Amos. Hasn't had a lot of opportunities.
Yeah, just her 5th game played, her 5th at-bat on the season, but in that was at-bats batting .800 with a home run.
This one can't catch the corner. Amos, another member of that sophomore class that is absolutely dominated over the last couple of seasons for this Mustang team. Been a changing of the guard for the Mustangs this year. Their first year under new head coach Todd Miracle as a throw down to third. Not going to be in time now. The go-ahead run just 60 feet away.
Dangerous runner. Anything blooped anywhere, unless it's caught, it's a run.
Amos now ahead in the count, a hitter's count, 2-0. But the retirement of head coach Schalfie, who was a part of this program for a long time, 3 state championships in the mid-2010s, led by Paige and Rachel Lowry during that time. Paige Lowry going to Mizzou and then eventually ending up and winning a national championship with Oklahoma. Rachel Lowry, I believe, ended up a Minnesota Gopher as well. Back-to-back-to-back titles. 3-0 pitch in there for strike 1.
Effectively a free pitch there to get a strike in.
Miracle looking to try and work some wonders here his first year as the head of the program, as it's been 10 years since DCG has been able to bring home that title from Fort Dodge. Big cut on this one. Comes up empty. Amos now with a full count. And that go-ahead run at third base.
Yeah, it's a beautiful inning worked here by Brewer. Got it back to a full count. See what you can do here with 2 outs. Runner on third. It's a dangerous spot here, especially with the top of the order coming up.
Good stop by Livingston over at first. And 2-3 unassisted in the inning to get the Warriors out of it. Runner stranded at third after the stolen base by Heidgerken. It is Michael, Carnets, and Livingston coming up when we come back for the bottom half of the second. Sophomore Hadley Michael will lead things off for the Warriors, having herself a great breakout season with over 400 batting average and a home run, hitting that home run last week, I believe on Saturday in a tournament for Norwalk.
Yeah, and it's really been this bottom of the order, especially last time we saw them against ADM, that kind of exploded and helped them get that victory, a run rule against one of the best teams in 4A.
This one right down the middle for the strike. Norwalk going 6-0 last week in 8 days. Had the 2 blowout wins over Pella Christian on Monday, as this one fouled straight back. Followed that up on Wednesday with the 10-0 win over Pella. And on Thursday, that ADM matchup, a 10-2 final. And then 2 more victories on Saturday in tournament action. This one fouled up and out of play. 1-2 count to the Warriors' second baseman. Mentioned before, earlier this season, Michael, a multi-sport athlete, has been the starting setter for the softball team, or excuse me, the volleyball team during her freshman and sophomore year, one of the best in the state. She goes down swinging on this pitch, 4th strikeout already for Tessa Jones.
Yeah, that's just a great pitch, a little bit of a bad chase there, but
For the Warriors, number 11,
still got to see plenty of pitches from Jones, so we'll see what can come of this as it's Haley Carnatz now.
Carnatz is kind of mixed between designated player and playing over at first, as the Warriors graduating Addie Down, who had that position on lock last year. Waiting on deck is today's first baseman, Cameron Livingston, who made the nice snag to end the last inning and avoid letting that run come in. Carnatz quickly behind 0-2 as Jones is just mowing down hitters.
Yeah, it's been a great showing, and again, she's just being aggressive against this lineup that hits so well, and that's a great pitch.
Took everything off that one and froze Carnatz, giving a word of advice to Livingston.
Cambry Livingston.
Livingston having a little bit of a rough season so far, just a 0.77 batting average with an 0.71 on base. 1 RBI, 4 strikeouts, no walks so far on the season, but it is limited plate appearances with just 13 on the year.
Did have an RBI sac fly last week against ADM and also reached on a fielder's choice, coming around to score. Takes 2 big cuts of the first 2 pitches as Jones looking to strike out the side here. Gave up the 1 run on 2 hits in the first inning, but also had 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, and I mean, the stats for Livingston kind of don't tell the whole story. She does swing the bat well. She does get plenty of good contact. It's just a matter of she hits it to a fielder almost every time. So a little bit of luck is involved in this as well.
Her older sister, Jada Livingston, the starting third baseman last year on the 2024 state tournament team. Cameron and Jada may not have always had the best hitting stance, but very strong with the glove, as we saw in the last half inning with Livingston playing over at first. Takes a swing at that one, comes up empty, and that will be 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts for the Warriors. No hits, no runs, no errors, and we head into the top of the 3rd. 1, 2, 3 hitters coming up as Addison Liddon, Jenna Gray, and Addie Abens get things started. Liddon struck out to begin the game back in the top of the first. Her first strikeout of the season, her sixth strikeout of the season. DCG mentioned earlier, not a team that strikes out very often. Only one of them going down swinging in the first time through the order.
Yeah, and it was a good job through the order from Carly Brewer. Got some help from her defense, but has also pitched very well, challenging batters.
This one hit high into that gap. As coming in is Gullion to make the catch. Good communication to make sure that one didn't fall for a base hit. And that'll bring up Jenna Gray. Grounded it right back. A line drive hit at Brewer. She was able to knock down and get the out at first. But Gray, tough to get out once, let alone twice.
We'll have to see what the plan here is from the circle, how they want to challenge her.
Jenna Gray, very Shohei Ohtani-esque with the bat, as leads the team in home runs, but is also third on the team with double-digit steals on the season as well. So no matter what you pitch to her, she is going to always be a threat with that bat in her hands, hitting .538 on the season. Challenges her with a fastball and wins that pitch. 1-1 count now to the first baseman.
That's a dangerous pitch to leave there for Gray. If she can catch up to it and put some power behind it, that could go a very long ways.
1-1 game here in the top of the third inning. Both teams getting to the opposing pitcher in the first and have had nothing to show for it since. Has another challenge pitch, swings through. And now Gray facing a 1-2 count, and Brewer will look to try and get the out.
Yes, now that it's a 1-2 count, you have a bit more leeway with pitches. Can see if she's going to chase outside of the zone here.
Good frame job there by the catcher. That is Haley Hook tonight. Ava Garvey unavailable for the next month or so due to injury.
Yeah, that is a big loss for Norwalk, but Hook has done well behind the plate in her absence.
This one drilled between a short and third, and that'll be the third hit of the game for DCG. Fourth hit, excuse me. I mentioned before, Gray is definitely a threat on the base paths. Addie Abens comes to the plate, hit a double, and came around to score.
And you're not out of the woods yet when it comes to power threats here.
As Abens ahead on that pitch as Brewer took a little bit off it. Jenna Gray standing at first, now 1 for 2 on the day. Potential pitch out on this one, trying to keep Gray close at first.
Brewer approaching 40 pitches.
.175 ERA for her on the season. See if the Warriors can try and turn a double play here. As not a great throw from Hook. And Gray able to swipe second base. Second steal of the game for the Mustangs.
As that was closer than I expected. If the throw is better, it's probably an out. But that was still very close. Birmingham got the ball in the glove and potentially could have had the tag, but
Gray, a threat to steal third as well. We saw Heidgerkin swipe third earlier. And now a full count with a runner in scoring position to the center fielder. Avens hit the 2-out double back in the first, now trying to bring in a run. This one inside. And excuse me, that will make the count full. One gone in the inning. Got Leiden to pop up. This one fouled straight back, just a little bit underneath it.
Yeah, good job there battling that pitch off, keeping the count alive. Just trying to get another run across for DCG.
Abens and Gray, the two leaders in runs scored this season, also leading in home runs. As that's going to be a wild pitch, and that will put runners at the corners with Gray moving up 60 feet. Abens able to draw the walk after falling behind 0-2.
Now at bat for DCG, number 28.
I'll bring out
Kale Montag.
Kale Montag had the RBI single and also advanced to second. First time up, big situation here with two runners on.
Yeah, and just one out. They're going to try and advance that runner from first to second, get rid of an easy double play. Double play still not impossible, but
Montag, another player that runs well, 6 for 8 on steals on the year. As second base is swiped by Abens.
great job there. Notice that the infield was in. Nobody's really going to cover. They're really protecting the play at the plate here now.
Pitch comes inside, quick 2-0 count to Montag. Montag hitting .514 this year, picked up her 10th RBI back in the first. May not be the same power threat, but does have the ability to put that ball in the gap. Takes that one at the knees for a called strike one.
Got to battle back here if you're Brewer.
Delaney Fetters and Genevieve York, the next two up for DCG. As Brewer looking to try and pick up the second out of the inning. Another called strike in there. As Montag looked like she was taken all the way, thought that one was going to come inside. Two-two count as Brewers battle back, trying to make sure that she can get the out here. This one hit high, but is going to stay in on the infield. Should not be enough to score the runner as Birmingham moves over to her right and puts a squeeze on it.
Now at bat number 1.
And that'll bring up Fetters, who will look to try and bring those runners in. DCG has stranded a runner in scoring position each of the first two innings.
Yeah, this would be an incredible battle back here from Brewer getting out of the jam. This is when her team needs her most.
Fetters hitting .515 this year, 3 extra base hits on the season. Looking for RBIs 9 and 10. Goes after the first pitch, comes up empty for strike one.
Yeah, that one was all the way out on the outside part of the plate. Tells you that she was swinging the whole way.
Brewer in a jam here in the top of the third. As Fetters fouls this one off, and that'll take the bunt out of play, but that one would have surprised the defense for sure. As the delayed drag bunt. Brewer hoping for a strikeout here and end the inning cleanly.
This will be the 51st pitch of the outing here for Brewer.
Oh-2 pitch to Fetters. This one goes off the glove. Throw over to first. Is in time. Good recovery. As went off Brewer's glove, but Michael able to come up throwing and get the out at first. We'll take a short break as that one caused a couple people to gasp on that play. But bottom of the third coming up. Hits the left fielder, Danny Peters, hitting 367 this year, will lead things off. We were talking off air, a lot of speed for her and a great table setter for the top of this order with Nia Holbert waiting on deck. Jones threw 2 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 run allowed. As the Warriors have really struggled to make contact against her.
Yeah, she's just been throwing so much stuff in the zone. They feel like they have to swing first pitch or else they're going to be down anyways. So, I mean, at this point, it's kind of just a hack at it if you think you can hit it.
As this one kept on the ground, not a sure swing there from Peters. Up and throwing was the third baseman, York, for the first out of the inning.
Top of the order for the Warriors, number 15, Nia Holbert.
The Warriors have been able to get out of a jam each of the last 3 innings, and now they're looking to try and put some together on the offensive end. Holbert and Birmingham, the next 2 up, both went down swinging their first time through the order. This one low in the dirt for ball 1.
Took a lot off of that pitch. One of the first times that it has been a situation where it has been a pitch that has not been a strike on the first offering.
Holbert tries to go golfing after one. Another pitch right at the knees. Comes up empty for strike 1. So a 1-1 count now to the senior leadoff hitter. Warriors have swung at some high pitches, but Holbert able to lay off that one as it rides high and in. Birmingham on deck if either of them can reach. Brewer waiting. As this one hit high and deep into left center. It'll drop, and that's going to be an extra base hit. As Holbert pulls up at second. If that had been in the right field, probably would have been sending her for a triple. But instead, a 1-out double will put a runner in scoring position for 2 of the Warriors' best hitters in Birmingham and Brewer.
Number 14, Bailey Birmingham.
And that's a beautiful hit out there to left center. Especially in this summer air. It's nice and warm out. Any ball can really just fly.
Birmingham 5 home runs on the year, looking for a big RBI chance. This one on the inside corner for strike 1. Birmingham, the all-state basketball player, all-conference softball player. Very strong dual sport athlete, going to be a Northwest Bearcat this fall. Going down to play for the Division II Northwest Missouri State Bearcats. Another couple former players that we've covered at Waukee Northwest and Waukee going through that program as well. Peyton and her sister, or Peyton Kelderman and her twin sister, whose first name I cannot remember off the top of my head, as this one fouled off. And she'll be playing with former Waukee Northwest Wolf Sadie Moss, who was multiple-time all-conference selection for the Wolves. Birmingham focused on the here and now, though, as she behind in the count 0-2, trying to bring Holbert in from second. As she gets underneath this one, will hopefully be enough to, nope, it will not be enough to bring Holbert over to third. And that'll bring Brewer to the plate with 2 gone in the inning.
Yeah, that was just too high and too shallow for them to risk Holbert going to third, getting an out, ending this inning without Carly Brewer getting an opportunity with a runner on second base and in scoring position.
First pitch there, called strike 1. Brewer got the first hit of the game for the Warriors in the top of the first. Williams came in to courtesy run for her, came around to score the game's only run as Brewer takes a big cut at a pitch up in the zone. Swings through it for strike 2. Seems like Warriors seeing seeing Jones's pitchers a lot better the second time through the order. As Brewer takes this one high and outside. Maddie Golian had the RBI double waiting on deck, with Addie Fisher waiting in the hole. As Brewer keeps this one on the ground, it'll be a quick throw over from Montag at second, and the Warriors will strand the runner at second. 1 hit, no runs scored, no errors, 1 left on here in the bottom of the 3rd. Top of the 4th coming up right after this. Six, seven, 8 hitters coming up for the Mustangs. York, Jones, and Bauman. York grounded out to first base, her first time up. Burr has been able to navigate some tough situations over the last couple of innings. Gets a called strike on the first pitch of the 4th. A 1-1 game in the top of the 4th inning. Bats for both teams did the job in the 1st, but both pitchers have settled in since.
Yeah, they really have. It's been a great job from both of them as a bit more reliance on the defense from both pitchers, although that first time through the order for Jones was an incredible showing.
Picked up 6 strikeouts for all the outs in the first 2 innings. Or is able to get the bat on the ball a little bit more in the bottom of the 3rd, including the 1-out double by Nye Holbert before being stranded. Brewer trying to get York to chase on that one outside. Evens the count up at 2-2. DCG coming off a fantastic win, 17-0 at Newton on Monday night. As this one on the ground, Birmingham comes over, throw to first in time for the first out.
Great job there from Birmingham.
Now at bat number 27, Tessa Jones.
Jones picked up the single her first time up. She comes back to the plate with 1 gone in the inning. First pitch is outside for called ball. In the circle so far, Jones, 3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, 1 earned run allowed on 3 hits. Sophie Bauman waiting on deck. Two-0 count to the opposing pitcher. Brewer gets the call on that one, make it 2-1. Reminder, this is the first half of doubleheader action. That one on the outside corner.
Great job behind the plate from Hook on the frame.
So 2 strikes now up on the board as Brewer looking for her second strikeout. Struck out Liddon to begin the game and has yet to be able to get a punch out since, but changes it right there. Jones swings through, 64th strikeout of the season. So Bauman coming to the plate. Had a sac bunt, first time up to advance Heidrich into third. Two gone in the inning. Warriors looking for their first 1-2-3. Pitch comes upstairs for ball 1.
Trying to find a way to get some more momentum on the pitching side. Back-to-back strikeouts could definitely do it here.
Fouled back and out of play for strike 1. Brewer's been trying to mix some off-speed stuff in. Hasn't led to a lot of swings and misses here as they've been seeing the ball well and making solid contact. The defense has just been able to make timely plays behind Brewer to keep this one tied 1-1. This one hit high and deep into left, turning around. That one's off the fence. Peters up throwing, and that'll be a 2-out double. Missed being a home run, maybe by about an inch on the bat.
Yeah, that's so close. Got to be a bit more careful with pitches like that.
As Bauman was going after the pitch high down the middle. Came very close to her second home run of the year. She now stands at second base with Denali Amos at the plate. Amos grounded out to first last time up, and it was a nice snag at first from Livingston that kept a run from scoring. She comes up again with a runner in scoring position. First pitch was a called strike. This one fouled off. So Brewer able to get ahead. Talked about it before. Does a great job controlling the plate in terms of her pitch placement. Just 8 walks and 2 hit batters on the year. A strikeout to walk ratio of 8-1 on the season.
That's just an insane number to have, and that's going to be an advancement.
Wild pitch. Moves Bauman over to third. Just the first ball of the at-bat, so still an opportunity for Brewer to get out of the inning unscathed. Brewer looking for her second strikeout of the inning, third of the game. Amos doesn't offer the pitch, up and away. Makes it 2-2. Liddon in the top of the order, due up next.
Be a great opportunity here to get Amos out. That way it's not any dangerous situation. Runner in scoring position potentially for that top of the order.
It's the heart of the order due up for the Warriors. 4, 5, 6 in the bottom of the fourth. As can't get the punch out on that one. Just missed. Runs the count full.
It's a good frame job by Hook, but just a little bit too far to the outside. Full count here. What can she do?
Brewer does have the base open, so doesn't necessarily have to give Amos something she can hit. See if she can get her to chase on this one. Gets her to swing through, and that will end the inning. 2 strikeouts on the inning, 1 hit, 1 runner left on, and it is the 4th straight inning that the Mustangs strand a runner in scoring position. Eventually, those ducks on the pond are going to come home, though, as the Warriors able to hang on to the tied game 1-1 as we head into the bottom of the 4th. Golian, Fisher, Michael due up for the Warriors. Going with the only RBI so far for Norwalk will lead things off against Jones, who has been dealing since giving up that run back in the bottom of the first inning. Not a confident swing on that one, as that is called a full swing for the strike. Jones has retired 7 of the last 8 hitters she's faced. That one on the outside corner for strike 2. Jones working some off-speed stuff in there on that pitch. Up to 75 strikeouts on the season, as she's picked up 6 through 3 so far. Try to get her swinging at something in the dirt. Golian does not chase. Makes the count 1-2. It's a 1-1 game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Fisher and Michael waiting due up next. Both went down swinging. Is this one going to be blooped out there into center, and that'll get the Warriors a base hit. Got that bat out there and was able to catch enough of it for the leadoff single.
And that'll put Jones up over 50 pitches on the day.
First time the Warriors have had a leadoff base runner so far in the game. Neither pitcher has allowed a walk through a combined 7 innings of work. See if they try to get Golian around the bases. Fisher will come out, offers, pulls back. And that will be a ball. Infield in at the corners to guard against the bunt. This time swinging away, throw down. Ball gets away. Golian will stay at second. Good backup there in center field by Abens to keep that runner at second base. Now 1-1 count to Fisher with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, this is absolutely key here, especially with nobody out. It's up to Fisher, Michael, and Carnatz to drive this run in. If not, start an entire rally.
Golian's first steal of the season. Didn't get a great jump, and a better throw would have probably nailed her at second. Fisher throws bunt down. Throw over to first, but Golian does advance to third on the sacrifice.
And I mean, I don't hate the call there from Norwalk, just trying to avoid, get the runner over. This looks like a quick meeting on the mound here.
As head coach Miracle will come out, we'll take a short break and be right back. One out in the inning. Go ahead run over at third. Infield in at the corners. Called strike right down the middle. As Hadley Michael, the second baseman, comes to the plate. Struck out swinging her first time up.
Don't hate the take there. Just trying to see what they're going to offer at you, especially after the meeting on the mound.
They get a bunt on the ground. Went after a high pitch, though, and it goes foul for strike 2.
Bunt out the window. Got to see what they want to do here.
Really need a good piece of situational hitting from the sophomore. 407 average, 1 home run, 9 RBIs on the season. Takes that one low, a very close pitch, tough to lay off for Michael, but a good eye to get ball 1 up on the board. Haley Carnat's waiting on deck. She struck out looking. And that's exactly what the Warriors couldn't afford to have happen, as they definitely needed Michael to try and make contact there. Instead, swings through, and that will be strikeout number 7 on the game. And now Haley Carnats comes to the plate, last chance here in the bottom of the 4th for Norwalk.
Cannot afford to strand this runner, not with how Brewer's been pitching with runners in scoring position. Something's going to break on the defensive side, so on the offense, you need to break through first.
Carnat's at the plate. Cambry Livingston waiting on deck if she's able to bring that run in and keep the inning alive. Warriors looking for a 2-out rally here. This one fouled back for strike 2. Opponents hitting just 194 against Jones coming into this game. Multi-sport athlete, as she shot over 42% from 3 for the Mustangs girls basketball team. Curveball on that one, unable to catch the outside part of the plate.
Yeah, way to pull the string there. Almost got Carnat swinging at something low and outside.
Carnat's trying to protect the plate, but comes up empty on the swing. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning, and we go into the top of the 5th. Top of the order, Liddon, Gray, Abens, as they look to try and make some noise and get this lead back for DCG. Coming right back after this one. Big opportunity here for the Mustangs. We begin play in the top of the 5th inning. It's the catcher, Addison Liddon, coming to the plate. Strikeout and flyout here so far on the day. Brewer's done a great job working her way out of tough situations, but she's gotten into those situations to begin with, as Hook can't frame that one. Goes outside for ball 1.
Yeah, and this has to be a clean inning here for Brewer, especially against 1, 2, and 3, some of their best hitters in the lineup, the ones that have been causing the most noise. So absolutely have to keep runners off the base paths.
This one a jam job, but able to battle that one out into right field, and that puts Liddon on for the first time today.
At bat for DCG, number 11, Jenna Gray.
As now you got to worry about Gray here as well as a courtesy runner.
Waiting to see the number.
#21.
That is Hayden Smith, the senior. 12 steals on the season. Good for 2nd on the team. So they'll look to try and get a runner in scoring position for Gray, their top hitter.
Need to be very careful here, not let anything hang.
Swing and a miss at the first pitch.
It's a good pitch there. It's low in the zone. It's something that Gray's going to want to swing at, but if she does make contact, it's a grounder. You get the lead runner at minimum. Like the pitch selection there.
Smith was not going on the first pitch. Gets her to chase something outside for strike 2. Gray getting a little antsy.
Yeah, I mean, it's just good. It's good pitch sequencing there. You take something off of that one. She was early on the, she was late on the fastball, so now she's going to be waiting on it. She's late on the, or she's early on the breaking pitch.
Throw down to short. That should be in time, and it is. Hook able to throw out the runner. This is the second time Smith has been thrown out this season.
Yeah, that's a great throw from Hook behind the plate, and great job by Birmingham, waiting in the exact spot she needed to, and like getting the tag down nice and early.
And 2 strikes on the board as well. As now without the runner out there, she can focus directly on the batter, trying to get her fourth strikeout of the game. The 1-2 from Brewer. Fouls that one off, but was well ahead.
Yeah, again, just trying to get something in there where Gray's going to be off balance, swing and miss, finding a way.
They'll redo the 1-2 count here. Gray swings through this one, and that is strikeout number 4. Warriors looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Avens comes to the plate.
1 for 1 so far today.
Did reach on a walk last time up and swiped second in the process, so has reached base both times. Second time she's come to the plate with 2 outs on the board. Scored the lone run of the game for DCG. As Brewer looks like she has settled in here a little bit.
And I mean, doing exactly what she needs to do. Her second and now her third time through the order.
This one popped up. Birmingham puts a squeeze on it. And that will do it here in the top of the 5th. 1 inning, or excuse me, 5th inning done. It is 1 hit, no one left on, and no runs coming home to score. And we go into the bottom half with Livingston and Peters set to lead things off. Cambry Livingston went down swinging to close out the bottom of the 2nd. She gets an opportunity, her 2nd time up here in the 5th, as the Warriors trying to find a chink in the Tessa Jones armor. She is really starting to deal again. Back-to-back strikeouts to close out the 4th to strand a runner at 3rd.
Yeah, and it was a great job getting through that part of the order unscathed.
Danny Peters waiting on deck. This one fouled off. Peters was the first player that did not go down as a strikeout. And now Livingston quickly behind 0-2. We'll have to battle here with 2 strikes up there. Curveball outside. Goes for a ball. That one high for ball 2. Jones with 8 strikeouts on the game through 4. Make it 9. As the 6, 7, 8 hitters have very much struggled. Throwing Addie Fisher in there and she's got 7 of her 9 strikeouts on the 5 through 8 hitters.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for them so far today. Have to try and find somewhere for them to be successful.
Peters would have been well in front of that one had she offered, but able to hold back. Takes the pitch outside on an off-speed pitch.
Peters absolutely needs to set the table here for the top of the order, especially after, Holbert gets the double last AB, had really solid contact, might be seeing Jones a lot better. Getting a runner on for that would be absolutely incredible for this Norwalk team.
Peters takes this one high and inside, makes it 2-1. We talked a lot about the control for Brewer on one side, but just 15 walks on the other side as this one is fouled off by Peters. Including the strikeouts today, a 5+1 strikeout walk ratio on the season for Jones, just a sophomore. So still a lot of growth for her, and college coaches are going to be excited to see what she can do throughout the rest of her high school career, as this one lobbed up. Coming in is the left fielder to make the catch. That is Jenna Morrison, the flex player.
For the Warriors, number 15, Naya Holbert.
It's a good swing there from Peters. Just got under it. Was a little bit late on it as well, so just a solid pop out. There is now it's Holbert. Need to see something here to set up Birmingham or even just drive herself in.
If she can get home run number 10, it would get the Warriors a 2-1 lead here in the bottom of the 5th. This one high and inside for ball 1. Holbert 1 for 2 on the day. Had the 1-out double back in the 3rd and struck out to begin the game all the way back in the bottom of the 1st. This one hit right at second base. Good slide down and snag by York. And that will do it in the bottom of the 5th as the Warriors go down 1-2-3 and will be in the top of the 6th. It's the 4-5-6 hitters when we come back. Kale Montag, 1 for 2 on the day, will lead things off. Lone RBI on the game for the Mustangs. It's Montag, Fetters, and York to begin the top of the 6th. Both teams down to their last 6 outs, trying to put that go-ahead run up. First pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Middle of this order, a combined 1 for 6 so far on the day, as that one on the outside corner gets the call.
Brewer's been absolutely excellent her second and third time through the order so far. A couple hits allowed in there, but has taken care of business.
Picked up a couple strikeouts over the last couple of innings, 4 on the day. Trying to be careful here with the cleanup hitter, Montag. 2-1 count here to the second baseman. Hit on the ground, and the short hop bounces past Brewer, and that'll be an infield single on a hard hit ball.
Now at bat for DCG, number 1, Delaney Feathers.
Can they take advantage of that here?
That'll bring Fetters to the plate. So leadoff infield single. Bunt up in the air. It'll drop, but no one there to cover second. And that'll be back-to-back infield singles. Not how they drew it up, but the Mustangs will take it. And they get runners on first and second with nobody out.
Fisher was sprinting in to cover it, didn't realize that it was up over her head. Birmingham had to try to go and run it down. Neither could get it.
Coach Livingston will come out for a meeting of the minds in the circle. We'll take a short break and be right back. Two on, nobody out. That'll bring up Genevieve York. If she's able to reach and load the bases, it'll be Tessa Jones waiting in the on-deck circle. York will show bunt. We'll get it down and miscommunication, and there's no play. Back-to-back bunt infield singles. And that'll load the bases for the opposing pitcher. A chance to bust this game wide open.
And if Jones can't get it done, you have Sophia Baumann, who's 1 for 1 today with a sac bunt as well.
Big situation here. We've talked about it. That they'll bring a courtesy runner in at third base. They'll bring Hayden Smith back in to run at third.
Pinch runner at third base. Number 26.
Excuse me, it is Anaya Bones. Bases loaded, nobody out. Jones, Baumann, and Amos due up next. Wild pitch there, nice snag by Hook to keep those runners where they are. Infield in for potential play at the plate. This is the type of game you want between two top 5 teams. It's been 1-1 since the bottom of the first. That one on the outside corner. You'd love a short ground ball that you could get that runner at home and maybe even turn a double play.
Just need to have clear communication between teammates here.
Jones swings through that one. Struck out swinging her last time up. And the Warriors would love to get her down a second time. Jones fouls this one up and out of play. Able to stay alive with 2 strikes on the board.
Brewer getting closer and closer to that century mark, sitting at 87 right now on the pitch count.
And I think she'll be going until her arm falls off with how this game is going. One-two count to the opposing pitcher. Gets her looking, strike 3. A big pitch from Carly Brewer.
Brewer with a strikeout. Now at bat number 24, Sophia Baumann.
Baumann to the plate. Narrowly missed a home run her last time up.
Yeah, it's a dangerous hitter. Have to be careful here with Baumann.
Minor, this is just the first game of doubleheader action, and we could be in for a great night of softball here. 1-1, top of the 6th, bases loaded, 1 out. This one fouled out of play. Fifth strikeout of the game. Brewer picked up against Jones. Bauman 1 for 1 on the day, also with a sac bunt. Fouls this one straight back, had it timed perfectly, just got underneath it. Bauman a .250 hitter on the season. Warriors hoping for a play at the plate to try and get that lead runner. 2 strikes on the board. They'd love a strikeout as well. Can't get her looking on that one, just a bit outside. Birmingham was ready to celebrate, but runs outside, makes it 1-2. Montag led off with the jam single out to right field. Back-to-back infield bunt singles. Loaded the bases. This one ripped down the third baseline. That'll score 1. They're going to send a second runner home. And DCG retakes the lead on the RBI single.
Bones and Feathers in for the Mustang Runs.
Brings Fetters and Bones home.
Now
York
back
stops
to
at second.
Amos.
Huge hit there for Sophie Bauman. And the inning's not over yet as Denali Amos comes to the plate, 0 for 2 on the day. Swings through the first pitch. Liddon waiting on deck, 1 for 3 so far. And this is where especially that second bunt single, the miscommunication right in front of home plate between a couple of Warrior defenders. If they've been able to get that out, the approach with Bauman probably would have been very different with 2 on the board.
Yeah, it's just a rough circumstance. Have to be able to come back in the bottom half and get those runs back.
Amos chases one high and outside for strike 2. Struck out swinging her last time up. And now Brewer looking for her 6th strikeout of the game. Won't offer the pitch outside. Gets another strikeout to keep this a 2-run game. Liddon coming to the plate. She'll try to keep the inning going with 2 runners on.
And Liddon's, progressively gotten better as this game's gone on, and the more she's seen Brewer strike out, then a pop out, and then a single. Looking to see if she can do more damage than that.
4th time through the order here for DCG. They lead by 2 after the 2 RBI single by Sophie Bauman. Her 2nd hit of the game, just a .250 hitter on the season, but has had herself quite a day. Jones will come back out with the 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up for the Warriors. This one on the ground. Michael able to field it over to first. And the Warriors finally able to end it, but 2 stranded, 2 come home to score. And DCG takes a 3-1 lead going into the bottom of the 6th inning. Warriors just 6 outs left as they try to mount a comeback against Tessa Jones, who's been almost unhittable at times today. Bailey Birmingham will lead things off. She's got the bat that with one swing can make this a one-run game. Every at bat going to be important. Birmingham and Brewer due up with Golian. Right after that, as this one goes swinging after the first pitch, and that's going to be an easy pop fly on the infield. Birmingham 0 for 3 on the day now, and it'll bring up Carly Brewer.
Top of the order has looked a little, you know, not at their best. 2 hits from that top half of the order. It's been Maddie Gullion that's really been the difference maker here in the 4 spot.
And the Warriors really need their pitcher to come up big to help out her own cause. Takes the first pitch in the dirt for ball 1. This one hit high and deep to left field. That one is gone. Carly Brewer with her 4th home run of the season to cut the lead to 1.
Beautiful hit.
Carly Brewer is in for the Warrior home run.
Warriors needed that in a big way.
Now at bat number 18, Maddie Gullion.
It'll be Golian and Fisher due up now. And Golian, the only player who's reached base multiple times today outside of Brewer after that home run.
Yeah, 2 for 2 so far today. Gullion needs to keep it going here. Lay it on. They need a breakout inning on offense.
Off-speed pitch, thought that one had caught the zone, but it is in for ball 1. Outside of Brewer and Golian today, the rest of the team 1 for 16. Brewer and Golian both with multiple hits each. As outside of those two, it has been a very rough day for the Warriors at the plate.
Yeah, I've just looked lost against Tessa Jones.
This one ripped foul.
Brush some dust off the roof of the dugout.
One-two count here to the Warriors right fielder. That one well outside. Golian had the RBI double back in the first. Had the leadoff single in the 4th before being stranded at 3rd. Golian a little bit of a chop swing there, but able to protect the plate and foul it off. That home run by Brewer, a huge boost to the Warriors' chances. Both pitchers have performed extremely well here today, as Golian fouls off another one on a check swing.
Yeah, no matter what the outcome of this at-bat is, it's a great AB. Gotta make Jones work for this out. An absolute necessity here late in this game.
2-2 count. Golian trying to reach base for the 3rd time today. Third straight foul ball as she looks to stay alive.
Tired arms make mistakes. That's what Gullion's counting on. Waiting for that mistake that she can deposit somewhere in the gap or even over the fence.
Home run would tie it. Another foul ball.
That was her mistake pitch, just got under it.
Eighth pitch of the at-bat coming up here. Gullion has hit 4 straight foul balls. That one in the dirt. No walks today for Jones. See if Gullion can find a way to get on with 1 out. And it really goes back to the Birmingham at-bat. You would have loved if she'd been a little bit more patient. This one into right field, over the head of the right fielder. That'll be 2, possibly 3. They'll keep going at second. A 1-out double, her 3rd hit of the evening.
And a fantastic at-bat. Not only did she get on, made Jones work for an out and did not give it to her.
10-pitch at-bat, and Gullion has the Warriors in the works with a runner at second and just 1 gone.
Need a quick talk here with the batter and the runner as they're going to have a meeting on the mound potentially.
Fisher laid down a sac bunt, then moved Gullion over to third earlier in the game. That's Coach Miracle going to come out as well.
Looks like a change it pitcher could be in order. Last pitch might have been a little bit too well hit, especially after that long AB.
It looks like Jones will stay in the game. Fisher 0 for 2, 0 for 1 with a sac bunt on the day. No one in the bottom half of the order has collected a hit, including outside of that sac bunt. The 5 through 8 hitters combined 0 for 9 with 9 strikeouts.
It's been a rough day at the office for them.
Addie Fisher looking for some she can hit to the outfield. A single might be enough to score Gullion and tie this one up. It's been a great night so far, and we still got 1 more full game left, too. That one comes in high for ball 1.
As now Jones approaching the century mark as well with pitches.
It's Fisher with Hadley Michael on deck. Haley Carnatz waits in the hole. That one catches the knees for strike 2.
Good slow pitch there. Froze up. Fisher for a second. Looked like it could have kept dropping, but just manages to keep it at the knees.
Fisher needs to protect here with 2 strikes. A good snag behind the plate. Keeps that one in front and keeps Gullion at second. Lydon the catcher today. Warriors trying to tie this one up. 2-2. Drop third strike. Gullion will get over to third. So at the very least, that tying runner does move 60 feet away.
Now at bat for the Warriors,
10th strikeout of the game for Tessa Jones. And now Hadley Michael with the biggest at bat of the young season.
Yeah, absolutely needs to put something at least through the infield here to score Gullion. Cannot go into the 7th, needing to shut them down and then get their own. If you can go in tied, that's the minimum you need. Anything less with how Jones's pitch has been pitching and with the struggles of the bottom third. Need something big here.
Pitch comes in low, just missed. For ball 2. Hadley Michael with a big situation here, would love something she could drive. But anything hit to the outfield, that drops. We'd have to score that run. And with the season Michael's had early on in the year, they're trying to be careful with her.
She's a good clutch hitter. Has had some very good moments in the latter half of games.
Hit her first home run of the season last week. Taking all the way on that one. And they don't want to give her something she could look to drive. With Carnats waiting on deck. This one fouled off. Michael was out in front of that one.
Count is full. Need to keep protecting the plate. See if you can find something, anything to drive.
Trying to get this one to drop, and it does. We've got a tied ball game here in the bottom of the 6th. Hadley Michael with a huge hit.
Fantastic placement there. No man's land, and that'll drive it in. We're tied yet again.
Number 11, Haley Carnats.
Warriors aren't done yet with Michael now at first, 2 gone in the inning. And that's where the drop third strike was huge. That one probably does not score going in if she does not advance the third on the drop third strike. Carnats at the plate. Cambry Livingston waiting on deck. Carnats 0 for 2 on the day with a pair of strikeouts. Swings through that one.
That is the 25th pitch of the inning for Jones. By far the most she's thrown in a single inning.
0-2 count to the designated player. Carnats will be the 11th striked out victim of the game. Gets the hat trick with her third herself. But the Warriors, a big inning to tie this one up heading into the 7th. Brewer back on the mound, but a very daunting task with Gray, Abens, and Montag coming up. Jenna Gray to lead things off in the top of the 7th, a 1 for 3 on the day, as the Warriors have done a pretty solid job against her. Just a single in 3 at-bats for the number 1 hitter for the Mustangs. Looking for something she can drive. This one hit on the ground. Fisher up throwing. That'll be in time for out number 1.
Beautiful throw on to first from the third baseman.
Livingston out at first. At bat now, number 19, Abby Evans.
That'll bring Avens to the plate.
Avens has been dangerous today.
Addie Avens, 5 home runs on the season. It was Carly Brewer helping out her own cause with the home run in the bottom of the 6th. Going and following that up with a double, coming around to score on the bloop single. We're trying to shut this Mustang offense down and give themselves a chance in the bottom of the 7th.
Up over 100 pitches for Brewer, and the next time we see Jones, her first pitch will put her up over 100. So both pitchers have been working.
That one on the outside corner, making a 2-1 count. We expect the second game matchup will be Kale Montag for DCG, Leah Crick for the Warriors. Both of them having stellar years so far. That one, a curveball, can't catch the corner. Crick 4-0 on the year with a 1.21 ERA. Montag very similar. A 4-0 record in 18 innings with a 2.72. 3-1 count here as Abens trying to protect and reach. This one fouled back, will run the count full.
Great job from Carly here. Needs to get the out here. Cannot allow any runners on, especially with the speed of DCG. They're absolutely going to try and run all over this.
Big moment, too, is that with Michael not only getting that RBI to tie the game, it guarantees that we'll have at least one more opportunity for Nia Holbert. Fisher, another nice snag, up throwing to first. Pair of strong plays at the hot corner. Fisher struggled with the bat a little bit today, but making it up for it with the glove.
Yeah, two very strong throws to get two very quick runners, as now it's the cleanup hitter. Having another very good day, 2 for 3, came around to score her last time up.
Has helped provide 2 of the 3 runs in today's game. Got jammed her last time up and was able to fight it off into right field for the single. Ended up being what at the time was that base runner that came around. That one catches the corner. 1-1 count. As Brewer looking for her first 1-2-3 inning of the day with no runners reaching. DCG is stranded 7 total runners in the game. Otherwise, this could have been a very different contest. This one bounces away, and that'll make it a 3-1 count. Delaney Fetters waiting on deck. Reached on one of those 2 bunt singles. We were talking off air of if the Warriors may consider looking to pinch hit for Cambry Livingston with her struggles with the bat today. But not a lot of depth for the Warriors available right now due to injuries. Ava Garvey unavailable. And a lot of the other players that we've seen this season have been used almost exclusively as pinch runners.
Two here.
Brewer looking for a big strikeout to try and end the inning and give her team a chance. The game's still tied. Off the end of the bat, Michael with the snag and gets the final out over at first. We're headed into the bottom of the 7th. It is 3-3 after a 1-2-3 inning pitch by Carly Brewer. Warriors trying to walk off the rival Mustangs. It's the 8-9-1 hitters. Livingston, Peters, and Holbert.
3-all. Number 2, Canterbury Livingston.
Biggest at bat of the season for Livingston. Was 1 for 13 entering today, has struck out twice. Takes the first pitch for a ball. And I would expect Jones going to come right after her with the success she's had so far.
Yeah, I mean, with this part of the lineup, she's had so much success. Just firing after him, as that's going to be out of play.
I saw the contact and thought it was gone for a second.
Same. She makes such solid contact. Just a lot of bad luck as to where it's placed. She has the capability to hit one out, especially on a night like this. There's little to no air blowing, but it is plenty hot for a ball to travel.
Takes a called strike at the knees, quickly behind 1-2. Danny Peters waiting on deck. Solid hitter for the Warriors. They would love to have her reach, and an opportunity for Holbert with a speedy runner on. As Livingston fouls another one out of play. And it's very similar to what we saw from Maddie Golian and Hadley Michael. You got to make her work. Eventually, a mistake is going to be made, especially at this point in the game. Over 100 pitches on the day for the Mustang ace.
About to see 105 here.
That one outside makes it 2-2.
Great take there. If she can work the count full, even potentially work a walk, a very rare walk, it'd be much needed here for Norwalk.
Ball comes in high. Full count to the Warriors leadoff hitter.
What a great AB here from Livingston. Was a bit aggressive her first couple times up, has really showcased patience here, this AB.
Another foul to stay alive. DCG getting the win, I believe 5-2 in baseball next door. Currently 0-0 in the, now going into the top of the second. Livingston does strike out for the third time, but a great piece of hitting to at least make her work. And that'll bring up Danny Peters, who will look to try and reach for the first time.
Yeah, this have to set the table here for Holbert.
12th strikeout of the game for Tessa Jones.
Has been absolutely incredible against this bottom half of the lineup.
Peters hits this one past the diving opportunity as Bauman was playing in, trying to get the speedy runner, and now one of Norwalk's fastest runners waiting at first, and their most dangerous hitter at the plate.
Plenty of speed with Peters.
And Peters has hit the ball well today, just kind of that same thing, hitting him in the wrong spots. Now we'll get an opportunity. Let's see if they look to send her to get a runner in scoring position.
Kind of needed here.
That one outside and low for ball one. That hit by Peters, the first for the bottom third of the order. Holbert lifts this one off the end of the bat, coming in, and that will be foul.
Would have fallen in there for a hit if it was fair, but goes foul, looking at a 1-1.
As we've talked before, Holbert leads Class 4A in home runs with 9 on the season. Had a huge week last week with 6 total. Can she follow it up with a walk-off here? High and deep into left field, but that'll put the squeeze on it, and it'll bring up Bailey Birmingham. Last chance for the Warriors.
Yeah, it just got under it. If she barrels that up, that is gone.
And Birmingham, who's had a rough game, 0 for 3, went golfing on her first pitch in the last at bat. Looking for something she can drive.
Needs something in a gap here to score Peters.
Combined 13 home runs between this year and last. Peters running, great throw, And that'll be enough to throw Peters out at second. So that will do it in the bottom of the 7th, and we are headed for extra innings in the first half of the doubleheader. See if Brewer does come back out for the top of the 8th. 3-3 game. We'll take a short break and be right back. Brewer got a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the 7th. We are now in extra innings. And I'll bring up Delaney Fetters. 1 for 3 on the day with a run scored. Had that bunt that was right in front of home plate. Miscommunication between Livingston and Brewer led to her reaching and eventually coming around to score. And that one able to sneak past Michael for a leadoff single. Had to bring York to the plate.
Now at bat number 20, Genevieve York.
York also reached on a bunt single and ended up being stranded at second. Was showing bunt. Pitch comes well inside, and she's able to pull back. Mentioned before, believe that it will be Montag and Crick for their respective teams in the second game of the doubleheader. This one goes foul. And honestly, probably a lucky play there as Fetters was already at second and there was no one covering third base.
No, absolutely no one. Could have been another nightmare for Norwalk.
So York now with a 1-1 count, likely to show bunt again. Goes back to Brewer, throw over. In time with Michaels covering. First out of the inning, and it'll bring Tessa Jones to the plate. A chance to give her team the lead.
27, Tessa Jones.
Has struck out her last 2 times up. Warriors trying to get out of this inning unscathed with their 2-3-4 hitters coming up.
With how Brewer's been hitting and Gullion's been hitting, need to be able to get it there with this game still tied up. It's your best opportunity to come home and walk this off.
All 3 of them with the ability to do that with one swing of the bat. We saw Brewer hit one over to left field her last time up. As Jones comes up empty upstairs. One count to the number 7 hitter. Sophie Bauman had the huge hit in the top of the 6th that gave the Mustangs the 3-1 lead before the Warriors able to battle back and come away with the tie. That one in there for strike 2.
We're really trying to put this away. And while she might not want to see Bauman come up, if you have to face her, you have to face her. Maybe get a double play here if the runner gets overzealous.
Yeah, Bauman has gotten the better of Brewer a couple times today. 2 for 2 on the day, and also a sack bunt. Right now, the focus is on Tessa Jones. This one will sneak through. They will send that runner home, and that'll be in time. Jones is also going to advance. And the Mustangs take the lead back. An RBI single by the pitcher.
Now at bat for DCG, number 24, Sophia Bauman.
And Bauman now will come to the plate. Courtesy runner as Heidgerken will come back out to run.
Courtesy runner, number 7, Hyde Gherkin at second base.
Second run of the game scored by Fetters. We saw Heidgerken swipe third earlier, so you got to keep an eye on her as the sac fly still in play as well. Throw down to third. Heidgerken will be safe. Throw looked like it might have pulled Birmingham a little bit towards that left field foul line.
Yeah, Birmingham slipped. Couldn't have been a tag, but
second steal of the game for Heidgerken both times, has swiped third. And now Bauman will have a chance to try and bring that runner in.
looks like they'll have a quick conversation between umpires, see if just a clarification between the two.
Call will remain the same. So runner at third, just one out. Bauman at the plate. Might be the player of the game so far, at least hitting wise.
Bauman's been incredible.
2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. Fouls this one back. Looking for a squeeze bunt potentially. This one high and outside. Two one count. Makes it 3-1 now. Warriors will look to ride Brewer through the rest of this game. Bauman, the hottest hitter in this lineup so far today. And that will be a walk, put runners at the corners. And expect Bauman to take off for second.
Yeah, pretty quickly. They don't want anything that could be a double play here. But it could also throw Norwalk off a bit, so you have to be ready for anything.
Currently just a one-run game. Warriors trying to keep it that way. Just the second walk of the game issued by Carly Brewer, her 10th of the season. As Bauman does advance to second.
Just jogs over there. No hurry.
Warriors will have their 2, 3, 4 hitters coming up in the bottom of the 8th, so this game definitely far from done. Amos swings through that one. Addison Liddon waiting on deck, 1 for 4 for the game.
Brewer can get out of this with just allowing 1 run. It will definitely put her team in a position for success.
Does not go after the high pitch. Another one high and outside. DCG has made Brewer work in this one of her toughest starts of the year. Coming off of that first loss of the season to Indianola.
Up over 130 pitches now on the game.
Gets that one on the outside corner. 3rd strikeout of the game against Amos.
Top of the order, at bat number 13.
And now trying to get Liddon out for the 4th time today. It is the 5th time through the order for DCG. Norwalk barely on their 4th.
I mean, it really just gets chalked up to a lot of situations where Brewer had runners on in scoring positions, and she just got out of those jams. And a very similar situation as this. Looking to do the same.
A good pitch that barely misses for ball 1. If Liddon can reach, it would likely bring a couple runs home in the process. And Jenna Gray waiting on deck. There are 2 situations in which Gray comes to the plate. One with at least 1 run in or one with the bases loaded, neither of which are ideal.
No, I think you don't want to see Jenna Gray unless it's the 9th.
A 2-0 count to Addison Liddon. Good snag by Hook on a pitch in the dirt, makes it 3-0. Jenna Gray leads the team in batting average, home runs, RBIs, and is 3rd on the team in steals. Not the person you potentially want to face with a bases loaded in a 1-run game. And it is a 4-pitch walk. Trying to be careful there probably with Liddon with the base open.
Now at bat for DCG.
Nowhere to put Gray.
Courtesy runner coming in at first.
And they will bring Smith back in to run.
Number 21, Hayden Smith.
Smith has scored 1 run so far in the game on the base paths. Gray will come up for the 5th time today.
They've held her relatively well, but she is due and in the worst possible position for the Warriors.
Bases are loaded. 1 run in already in the top of the 7th. Great pitch to start the at-bat in there for strike 1.
Don't want to waste any pitches here against Gray.
Extra base hit would clear the bases. This one high and inside for ball 1.
Yeah, and if the bases are cleared, I mean, they do have Birmingham, Brewer, and Gullion up, but outside of that, they have struggled mightily to hit the ball. Got to keep the score at 1 here to give yourselves a real chance.
We expect we'll see Tessa Jones for the bottom of the 8th once again. Swing and a miss from Gray, was looking to give that one a ride. A little off-speed action.
Great pitch.
Next door in baseball, Norwalk has tied the game up 1-1. A full count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 2nd. Huge pitch here for Brewer. Gets her swinging. Warriors have a chance, down 1 going in the bottom of the 8th. Huge strikeouts to close out the inning on Amos and Gray, and we go into the bottom of the 4th. Birmingham, Brewer, Golian. It's the 3 seniors, Bailey Birmingham, Carly Brewer, Maddie Golian, trying to either tie this one up or win it outright on a walk-off. Birmingham 0 for 3. They need a big at-bat from her here. Goes swinging after the first pitch. Talk about it all the time, the Vladimir Guerrero approach. But man, when she gets a hold of something, is it gonna go far?
Yeah, I mean, if the ball is thrown, the bat's getting swung. I mean, that's the approach, and most of the time, the ball is hit.
This one comes in high for ball 1. Jones came up with a huge hit to drive in the go-ahead run. Now looking to come away with the win off of her own big hit. Birmingham, good eye, takes that one outside, goes up 2-1 in the count.
Great job. Great take there. Really wanted that one, but held up, managed to.
2-1 count to the senior shortstop. She's made a couple nice plays with the glove today. Has struggled at the plate. Would love to get a walk here.
I mean, with a 3-1 count here, you might as well swing away. I mean, you're more than likely going to get a pitch that you can absolutely bash, so why not give it a ride?
Birmingham, no walks on the season. Hits this one into the gap. That'll be extra bases for Bailey Birmingham. Comes into second, stand-up double to lead off the bottom of the 8th.
When you're in a 3-1 count, why not swing the bat? And that is exactly why.
Carly Brewer, 2 for 3. Hit a home run, a solo shot. Back in the bottom of the 6th. 4 home runs on the season, all of which have come in the last week.
Yeah, I mean, just on a hot streak right now, and we'll have another meeting in the circle here as they want to make sure that they're not walked off here. Jones knows what the task is. Just needs a quick reminder.
Quick conversation. We'll take a quick break ourselves and be right back. Carly Brewer, big at bat here. 2 for 3 on the day with a RBI and a run scored.
An opportunity here to hand the first loss of the season to the Mustangs.
Takes a called strike on the first pitch. It was Tessa Jones who got the better of Brewer at the plate in the top of the inning to drive a go-ahead run. Brewer trying to return the favor with a game-tying run at second. This one runs outside for ball one.
Need some good patience. It's a tired arm on both sides. Need to wait for the mistake. Birmingham certainly did. Brewer has to do the same.
Tessa Jones, 12 strikeouts on the day. Brewer takes a cut at that one and fouls it off. Golian waiting on deck, 3 for 3, including that game-tying run back in the bottom of the 6th. Right now, it would be Brewer, Golian, Fisher, and if anyone can reach, Hadley Michael. That one outside, evens the count up 2-2.
Needs to be patient here. Jones could try to waste another pitch here. See if it's going to be a chase. Brewer just has to be patient, protect the plate.
Takes that one, able to check her swing. That'll run the count full with no one out.
Now is the time to unleash the swing. They do try to appeal down to the second base umpire, or the infield umpire. He says no swing. Full count.
Pitcher on pitcher. Brewer draws the walk. First one issued today by Tessa Jones.
And that brings up the scorching hot Maddie Gullion. 3 for 3, as you mentioned.
And I would expect we might see Williams come in. Yep, that is going to be the plan. Williams scored that first run back all the way in the first. Gullion can end it potentially with an extra base hit.
Anything in the gap should score the runner from first, or at least have it be a close play at the plate. And honestly, with the way that Norwalk's been running recently, I give the advantage to Williams.
Gullion 3 for 3. Goes after the first pitch. It is skied on the infield, and an infield fly rule. So Addie Fisher will come to the plate, has struggled with the bat today.
Just need just a hit here. Should be enough to score Birmingham.
Second half of the order has struggled all game outside of the Hadley Michael RBI single. Fisher comes up swinging on the first pitch out of the strike zone. Fisher shows bunt, advances both runners. And a throw over to third to keep Birmingham there. So Hadley Michael a chance to win it.
Now at bat for Norwalk, number 22, Hadley Michael.
Just needs something into the outfield in a gap somewhere.
Comes down to the final at bat of the game. A single can win it, and out ends it for DCG. And they're going to intentionally walk Hadley Michael and go after Haley Carnatz. Carnatz has struck out 3 times today.
Now at bat for Norwalk, number 11, Haley Carnatz.
Carnatz needs to break through in a big way here in this AB.
Another offensive meeting. Carnatz this year a 400 hitter in 20 at-bats, but is 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts.
As it looks like we might have a pinch hitter here.
Mentioned before, the Warriors, not a lot of depth. And shouldn't affect the defense at all if the Warriors are able to send this to a 9th. As looks like it is going to be Hayden Kloss, the sophomore. Is 2 for 2 on the season.
Norwalk, number Hayden Clausen.
Does have a smaller strike zone, so maybe trying to walk that game-tying run in.
I mean, in her at-bat, she has 2 RBIs on the year, 2 doubles, so plenty of ability to hit the ball.
First pitch outside for ball 1. Comes down to this at-bat. Bases are juiced. Birmingham at third. Williams at second. Michael at first. Clausen holds up. No, they're going to say she swung through.
Debatable call.
Makes it a 1-1 count. Thought Clausen held up, but unable to get the call on her side.
Anything into the outfield, scores 2.
Clausen gives this one a ride, but it is going to be right to the right fielder, and that will do it. DCG able to outlast Norwalk in the first game. We're going to take a break, come back with a new broadcast with the second game of action. Leah Crick versus Kale Montag, the expected pitching matchup. We'll come back with a new broadcast here in a little bit. Make sure to join us for that entire contest here on Pardon My French Media.